This is gonna piss off so many liberal snowflakes. Which I bet you anything, the dislike ratio is alright through the goddamn roof because of the liberals, so I do hope those who actually do, well, actually help out by equaling out that. But either way, though, ladies and gentlemen, today we are reviewing a gun which is not supposed to be related to something that the liberals love calling us, but you know what? It is. Unironically. It is, of course, made by KWC. It is licensed by sjws for their Legends line. And, well, it's very popular thanks to many games, including Battlefield 1. No, it's not the 1911. No, it's not the C96, although I do promise you that video is coming. No, it is another gun. One that is equally famous, and one that every GI during World War II tried bringing home. It is mein Luger! To be exact, it's the Luger P08, which was made in 1908. And a little fun fact, a little short history. This was a offshoot of another pistol, which was an autoloader, yes, and did use the same toggle lock system, but because the creator was such an asshole and basically claimed everyone was an idiot, and that because of his pistols failing, and tried saying his pistol was perfect and all, it didn't exactly work out so well. However, a guy by Luger came in, fixed it, and all that good jazz. You know what? That's how we got the Luger. And the Luger is one of the many successful military pistols in the late 19th century. So it's really kind of cool to actually think about that. Now, I wouldn't really say late, I'd say early 19th century, because it's 1908 when this pistol came out, not exactly the glorious year of 1911, when St. Browning made his 1911, but you know what? We're not playing favorites. We're not playing favorites here. The best part about this is that this is CO2 powered. I fucking love it. The box itself just beams this. And what's actually nice is it shows this information. It is so just clean, presenting this sort of, well, you get what I'm trying to say, guys. It's good. The presentation is good. This is how you present a product. This is how you present what you are getting. And the fact of the heritage this pistol has, with the German soldiers there with the Stahlhelms, is very nice. When opening up the box, of course, you actually get a very nice manual, a KWC poster, and what have you, which I might actually put up on my wall back here. This is a 2017 catalog. I do like that. A Allen wrench, and a bag of .2 BBs. I'm not going to use these because I'm going to put these with the other .2s I've gotten with everything else and their mother. So, let's set the catalog back in here. Set the BBs back in here. But before I set that manual back in, let's go ahead and have a look at it, actually, because it actually, once again, still presents this awesome thing, but instead of it being a book, no, it's actually a full-blown thing. And it even has a full exploded view of the Luger, which is very nice. But what I really like about it is that it goes into extreme detail of everything, from the loading of the CO2 to the takedown to fixing jams, all that good jazz. This, my friends, is how you're supposed to present a pistol, or present the instructions of a pistol, which is very, very nice, and I very much so love it. It is so good. Anyway. So, yeah. I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay, so, the maintenance guide is this. After every 2,000 BBs shot, lubricating the firing pin and track as pictures below is recommended. 2,000 BBs?
Excuse me, what?
Hot damn, I know the Luger was reliable in the real steel world, but fucking hell, in airsoft now too?
Of course!
God damn! Also, show of hands and show in the comments section, how many of you actually think you're going to be firing 2,000 rounds out of this before actually lubricating it? Actually, forget that. I think I know a lot of people who'll be firing 2,000 rounds out of the Luger. Anyway, putting that up and bringing out the gun itself, the Luger is one full metal, beautiful piece of just awesomeness. And the controls, I gotta gush about the controls because this is just German ingenuity at its finest. The safety, well within reach of your thumb. The grip itself. Well, yes, I'm going to replace this with wood. Is still comfortable, and the contour of the gun is so comfortable that even firing one-handed, my shaking is lessened. It's not as bad as other handguns. Like, it's comfortable. Like, the way the curve is on this, your hand going up into that, it's comfortable as hell. This has got to be the most comfortable gun I've ever held in my life. And that's saying something, because I've held a lot of handguns in my life, and this is very comfortable. The magazine release, of course, is right there within reach of your middle finger. You can actually pull out the magazine if you need to. Speaking of the magazine, this is good. And the fact that you can pull this down here and actually load the BBs right there, that's good. And then, of course, you know, the right there, that's actually really nice. Oh, and I forgot to show this. They have the track here for a stock. Yes, there are Luger stocks out there that you can put on this to give you a pistol carbine. Would you want it? I'm asking this now. How would you not want it? Back in the day, and I'm dead serious on this, for those of you who don't know history or the old manual of arms, some officers and even cavalry units and otherwise would have a stock which doubled as a holster which doubled as a stock. My bad, let me correct my words there. And the thinking behind this was that the cavalry units and officers would be able to, one, take the pistol out of the holster, put the holster on as a stock, and be able to use it as a, well, you get what I'm saying, as a carbine. And this was a really good bit of thinking back in the day. And yes, there were uses for this, for tanker crews and even pilots and things like that who had these things. And we even see it in Battlefield 1 and a few other games which show them off. But in reality, the only reason you'd want this stock on here is for the pistols that were able to go full auto. Yes, we had full auto pistols back in the day. And while the Mauser M712 is the second fastest shooting pistol back in the day, which definitely needed that stock, the shining star of the first full auto pistol, military pistol mind you, goes to the Austro-Hungarians who made one that had the most ridiculous rate of fire. And it was fed with a stripper clip with an extended magazine. Look it up. It is insanely fast. Even Forgotten Weapons did a video on it, and I recommend you go watch him, because that's where I got most of my info from, was Forgotten Weapons. But what I will say is this. The biggest thing I love about this pistol, even the real steel, is the trigger. You checked in the magazine. I'm going to bring my finger here. There's the breaking point. It's got a short break. Even the real trigger. Like, you could get off a ton of shots because of how close that break is. Not only that, mechanically speaking, I absolutely love it. And the best part about it, it does lock open on the last round, giving you that iconic toggle lock way up here. And while, yes, some people are going to complain because, oh, it's going to break the sight picture, that's not the point. I mean, yeah, sure, at farther ranges, and yes, I've actually taken this to a game or two, I never once had a problem acquiring my target and firing because of how fast the toggle lock is. You're going to lose your sight picture for maybe a split second. And I do mean a split second. because it's a blink, it's a snap or a blink of an eye when you pull that trigger and the toggle lock actuates. And the best part is, when you go to empty the magazine, you pop in a new one, you can be tactical with a Luger. Because let's say I pop in a new mag. Well, I can do this. I pop in a new mag, reload it. Catch that? Let me see if I can do it a little slower for you. That is really good. And it's so smooth. The action, so smooth. And the best part is, the whole entire barrel assembly recoils back. And that is kind of the point of the real steel as well. You see that little bit of barrel, but oh my goodness, it's just so good. And yes, there is a lanyard loop for a lanyard where officers will have, so that way when you pull it out, you'd have a specific distance you are to draw the pistol at, which you'd fire one-handed, not the whole two-handed like we know now. Oh my god, that safety is just... And while, yes, I will do a takedown guide for this, it's one of those things. But oh my god, I cannot gush about it any more than I already have. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked as much as I could about this. Let's go ahead and get to the chrono and the range, and let's fucking talk about this gun, shall we? Or at least show off how good it is. Something I forgot to mention earlier when loading the magazine is that you do actually get a visible, like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can actually see up in there to see how many BBs you have left, even all the way up to the top, which is very nice in my opinion. Anyway, loading it up. I have 6 rounds loaded up. Also, this does have a fixed top up, so that is something else. First spout of CO2. Let's see what we get. Error. 8 FPS. A BB was spinning like a top. What the hell? Also 26 FPS. $361, $357, $348, $345. So, we are getting CQB FPS, which is really interesting. 155 feet. We will test that. But yeah, no. There was a BB fucking spinning like a top in the BB catcher. That was interesting. Either way, though. So yeah, I will fill this magazine all the way full. And, once again, guys, I will actually be using, .2s this time, because I'm going to be using match grade .2 from Crossman. So we'll see how that does, because I got plentiful of those, and they're actually relatively cheap. But if you guys want to help me get actually more .25s and heavier BBs for testing distance-wise, donate to the PayPal down below and help out, with that. Anyway, let's get to the range and see how far we can get there, shall we? Here we are out here at the range, of course, and the box out there, which I've placed, is 40 feet. So, I'm going to give it the shadow of a doubt and see if it will hit 40 feet. Now, the box, because of the wind blowing, is being blown all over the place. So, we're going to see if it will still hit. See what I meant before? Still fun. Anyway, moving you guys over because I have to move over myself. Guns off safe. And I am strike. Wind is blowing. Shot is a factor. Firing. Way over it. I'm talking way over the target. That was just... Yeah, no, it's shooting way over the target because of the wind. But I'm using .2, so that is kind of well, it is kind of a factor, I'm afraid. So, firing again. This time way low. Wind's not blowing. Firing. Hit the barn. There it goes. Let's real quick. See how many rounds we got left. I'm gonna bring you guys around, and I'm just gonna well, before I do, let me see if it'll hit the barn. Yeah, it'll hit beyond 50 feet. But let's go ahead, bring you guys around, or at least to the side, so you can actually see this toggle action, well, in action, with me pulling the trigger as fast as I can, shall we? I'll even do some slow-mo for you, so that way you can actually appreciate the intricacy of it. That's what I live for this channel, folks, is just trying out new and awesome things. Now, while yes, you could upgrade this with tight bore barrel and possibly try and put a Luger-style hop on it from a WeTech, I leave that to you, not me. I'll probably just put a tight bore in here. Whew, that's actually pretty cold. Anyway, let's get back to the studio, give the final verdict, and, well, let's just see if this is actually worth the price tag of $115, shall we? So, I'm going to go ahead and put some things out there that I know everyone's going to ask. Does it have good distance? When actually looking at it, yes, and it can reach out to about 60 feet, or even 70 feet. But that's me using .2s and not .25s. In my opinion, it's a good sidearm. I mean, you're not going to be doing the crazy, insane distances. No, you're going to be using it as a pistol to light people up and use because, well, not everyone's rocking a Luger. Does it have a hop-up? No, it's a fixed hop-up pistol, but you can upgrade it with a tight bore and a barrel. And that is something that I have in my gripes, is the fact of, well, it doesn't have a hop-up. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is based off of essentially a BB gun in the Legends line, as well as many other Legends pistols, like the Walter PPK, a Mauser, a ton of other handguns that are in the Legends line that I really wish would be converted to airsoft, which should be that easy and would probably be within the same price tag. Hell, this is $115. This is not bad for a pistol like this. And what it offers you a CO2 Luger. How many handguns in airsoft can say that they are not only CO2, but based off of an iconic gun from not only World War I, but also World War II? And a gun that every GI and their mother wanted to bring back home as a war trophy. Not a lot. Either way, though. Look, my only gripes is it doesn't have a hop-up, and that's it. It doesn't have a hop-up. But that doesn't take away from the actual full extent of it. The fun of the toggle lock. The actual fact that they're claiming you can lube this after 2,000 shots. The magazine is good for 2 full charges of CO2 because it holds about 15 shots. I've actually been able to do 3 magazines worth, well, at least 3.5. You know, the first 2 were full charges, and after I got to the halfway point, like 10 on the 10th shot, then the magazine basically went like that. But either way, final verdict for the Luger P08 by KWC Luger USA is no more, no less than a 9 out of 10. It is a must-own for anyone who loves German handguns and wants a German handgun for their loadouts, or something that isn't a 1911 or an M9 or a Glock or anything of that nature, and just want to stand out from the crowd. And, well, I say grab one. For $115, it's not really bad. You're not paying the ridiculous price of fucking $200, $300 for a goddamn Glock. But, either way, though, why is it not a 10 out of 10, you may be asking? Because of how much praise I was giving? It's because of that hop-up. I know people are going to say, oh, it doesn't have a hop-up. And I know people are going to be like, oh, why, but not a lot of people are going to be used to a Luger. And while, yes, the controls and everything are good and all that good jazz, and yes, everything about it says it's a good handgun, it's a reliable handgun, and was a proven concept, just like the 1911, I gotta say that it's a 10 out. It's not a 10 out of 10 because of no hop-up. Because of the fixed hop-up, BBs are going to go everywhere. BBs are going to either drop off unsporadically, or with the high wind that it is now, it's not going to be good. It's primarily, I know it's a pistol, and primarily it's supposed to be used for close quarters, but I know people who are going to rock pistols only, because reasons. Either way, though, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL. The Common Man's Airsoft Reviews. Bad guns, so you don't buy them. And Christmas season's still on, folks. We still got 3 more gifts under the tree, so let's get through them, shall we? Till next time.